Hello out there to all you ethical business owners. My name is Susie Fido and I am the co-founder of Marketing with Ethics and also admin of our amazing group Ethical Marketing for Business Owners. Coming to you live this week to go into the next stage talking about the marketing strategy. And I do just need to do our one bit of housekeeping. Let me just actually get this put over because we're doing this from our group, Ethical Marketing for Business Owners. But I want to share it on the page for those of you that want to watch it from there. If you are watching from our page, please do come over and join our group. We do get more in-depth discussions going on in there to do with various things with marketing. Hi Adair, thank you for joining. So today we're going to talk about the next stage about the marketing strategy. We talked about the 6 steps of the strategy, and I wanted to go into more detail about the customer's buyer's journey. And how you can market to it more effectively, because depending on where they come in on the buyer's journey, or as some people call it, the sales funnel, there's different activities that you do in order to get them down that funnel to where you want them to be, which is to be a loyal customer. So just to very briefly, just to recap in case you didn't see last week's, just to tell you exactly what the buyer's journey or the sales funnel is. There is a very well-known acronym within marketing called AIDA, which is AIDA. As you well know, I also added an L on the end because I don't think it stops at the actual purchase. So the first stage is awareness. Second stage is interest, then it's decision, and then it's action. So let's go into each one individually. And let me talk you through the sort of activities you can do to market to people depending on which of those stages they're at. The first one, as we said, is awareness. Now, this is about people who don't necessarily know that you even exist. You know, they're not following you on social media, they're not on your email list. So it's about getting your brand awareness out there, getting people to know who you are, what you do, and why you are the best person for the job. Now, the sort of activities for this is where social media has gone absolutely huge. Social media is a fantastic tool for that because you can be sharing tips on there, you can be getting into conversations all across to know who you are and what it is that you do. Now, that's, like I say, your social media posts, it could be blogs, it could be your website itself. It's just about getting out there and telling people and showing them and giving them examples of your expertise and your knowledge. And like I say, the best way to do that is to just get out there, get networking, you know, see if you can do any speaking opportunities somewhere. Again, depends on what your business is as to which activities would really be relevant to you. I know, for example, that whenever I do speaking opportunities, I make some fantastic connections. And when I say about speaking opportunities, it's not necessarily promoting yourself. You are going along as an expert within a specific industry, but your speaking opportunity should be giving them tips, giving them advice. So it gives them quick wins and they can go, oh, actually, they know what they're talking about. They're good people to follow. And then they get to the next level, which is then the interest. So interest, or what I class as education. So this is people who are now following you on social media, or they are on your email list, or more than likely both. You know, they may have had a free download from you, and that's a great way for education. The sort of posts and things that I would do at this level, so this is people who know you exist, but they don't necessarily know that you are the best fit for them. So educate them. Let them know, you know, sort of like, again, through blogs, through newsletters, if they're on your email newsletter list. Also, your website, making sure the website gives them all the information that you want. And then on top of that, if you do have free downloads, you know, get them out to people. Let them have an example of the expertise that you have. Another thing, depending on the actual business that you're in, is whether something like a free webinar would be something useful to you. Now, I know a lot of collaboration partners that I have that have immense results when it comes to free webinars because, again, they give away a few free gold nuggets. And then people want to get more information, they want to get more in-depth detail, and then they decide that you are the kind of person they want to work with. Things like this, the videos, you know, when I'm here educating you, giving you tips and advice on how you can market to your people. So it shows off our expertise and the knowledge that we have, but it also gives you some benefit because you have value of something that you can then pass on. The third stage is the decision, so the D in AIDA. Now, the decision, this is quite often one of the most difficult stages for people to actually be able to do. Because with this, they're more looking at your third party areas. You know, they're no longer looking just to you to get that confirmation that you are the person they need to be working with. So this could be helped along the lines by giving them case studies. So, for example, you know, one thing that we're targeting in 2019 is specifically for charities for Google AdWords, where we will help them to attain their Google grant and then maintain their Google AdWords campaigns for them. Now, we have a great case study from the work that we did with the Born Free Foundation. So they can see actual social proofing, actual results to see that, yes, we've got experience in that field. Yes, we've achieved fantastic results for them. So case studies, testimonials, and this is where, again, social media is fantastic, because social media has become, especially Facebook, with the size of Facebook is, people go to social media for social proofing. They look at the reviews that people have put on. They look at the comments that people have put on. So depending on how you're dealing with existing customers and, you know, what other people are saying about you, that will help them to make their decision. And this is where your loyal customers come in fantastic, because the loyal customers will be raving about you. They'll be saying about the great results that you've got from them. Or even, you know, if you're looking at, say, a coffee shop, about it's the best coffee, the best donuts, you know, whatever it is, they'll be raving on about you. They'll be checking in on social media saying that they're there. And they wouldn't do that if they weren't happy. So this is not about pushing too hard. I think that the most common thing to think of is the sort of reputation that double glazing salesmen have. And that's because, you know, they'll sit in your house for 4 hours. They won't leave until you sign on the dotted line. You have to excuse me. I've got a couple of people who've decided to join me in here. A few of our fur babies, and so they're making some noises around. You know, so when you think of a double glazing salesman, you think about the pressure they put on you to go ahead and sign. And that will often have a negative impact and make people decide not to go ahead. So you really don't want to push too hard at this stage. You want it to be by them getting the great information that is going to help them to make the right informed decision. And then we get to what a lot of people think of as the, my hubby's here actually trying to coax the cats back out again. And as he's doing so, there's more coming in. I think it's because I've got the fire one behind me. We get to what a lot of people think of as the final stage, which is the A in AIDA, and that is action or purchase. So this is where they've decided you are the right person. They've signed on the dotted line. They've handed over their hard-earned cash, and you now have them as a customer. And a lot of people think that's it. That's the bottom of the funnel. That's exactly where we want them to be. But it's not. You want to continue to reassure them. Make sure you give them that first-class service. Have them still receiving your newsletter, so you are continuing to educate them as well. Because they want to feel valued. They want to feel as though they are the only person you have and they are the most important customer. And you do that, you will then take them to what I see as the final stage, which is the loyalty, the loyal customers. These loyal customers are the ones that are going to be writing the reviews on your social media. These are the ones that are going to be giving you the testimonials. These are the ones that you're going to be able to write the case studies about. These are the ones that are going to be telling their friends and, you know, their collaboration partners, their networking buddies about you. So when they hear that they have an issue, which is the same, they can recommend you, and automatically they come much further down that buyer's journey, which is possibly even as far down as the decision making. So they're already getting that third party proofing that you are the person for them. Not just that, if you have a happy customer, they are far easier to upsell to, so your other products. So again, let's use the example of a coffee shop. Someone comes in, has fantastic service, you know, greeted by great staff, very informative about the different ingredients in the different products in case somebody is lactose intolerant, vegan, gluten or whatever. So they know everything about everything that's available to them. The coffee tastes delicious. The service they get is fantastic. Next time they might come in and have a full lunch rather than just a coffee and a muffin or something like that. So they'll come back as repeat customers and buy more from you and bring their friends with them too. And then they become customers, so they're already right down the funnel. So as you can see, there's different activities that you will do depending on what it is. But in my opinion, all the way through that, you are educating, you are giving value to prospective customers and existing customers. There's nothing worse. And again, one of the things that was so common that people were kicking off about a few years ago was when all the banks were offering all these free, amazing things for new customers. But it wasn't allowable for existing customers to have those same benefits and offers. When you've got a customer, you want to keep them happy, and that's when you give them the customer-only benefits, things that only their loyal customers get, so makes them feel so much more valued. So like I say, all the way through, you're looking at things to do with social media, you're looking at blogs. Depending on where they are in the funnel, you might also be looking at the, the initial brand awareness of even getting out there and people knowing that you exist. But with that, they also need to know who it is that you're looking for as a customer. And that's what we're going to cover in next week's Facebook Live. So the last one we do before Christmas will be completely understanding who your ideal customer is. And then with that, you can use the language, etc. And we'll go through in more detail. Sorry, I can see one of them in the background on the sofa climbing around. And we'll go into more detail about when you know exactly what that existing customer looks like, you can speak to them directly. So that's all for today. So very quickly, the 5 stages of your customer journey and what to do. First one in AIDA is only 4, so I call it AIDL. So first of all, you've got awareness. So that's about getting out there and getting people to even know that you exist through blogs, through networking, through speaker events, through, trade shows, through, just getting. Number 2 is your interest, or in my opinion, education. So that's really educating people, giving them value, and that's through blogs, through newsletters, through free webinars, free downloads, etc. that you can do for them. Third one, decision making. Pull back slightly, don't push, don't become a double glazing salesperson. Let them make an informed decision, but you can help them with that, with things like making sure you've got great reviews on your social media, creating case studies that you can send for similar customers and how you've helped them, testimonials from people, but again, continuing to educate with great helpful content. Number 4 is obviously the action, which is the sale itself. Don't leave it there. Make sure that everything you do for them is first-class customer service. And when you look after them and really treat them well, they become into the 5th stage, which is a loyal customer. And that's when you can get some more upsells and you can continue to educate them, continue to show them benefits and things that help them personally so that they can go off and rave about you to others and bring other people further down that customer buyer's journey. So that's all for this week. Do join us next week when we actually talk about the ideal customer and how you can identify them, which then helps you to market to them more efficiently. Excuse me. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Have a fantastic end of the week. Hope you've got some great plans for the weekend. There's only a couple of weekends before Christmas now. So whether you're spending it going out doing Christmas shopping or just making arrangements to spend time with family, make sure you make the most of it and enjoy every minute. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I will speak to you next week. Bye for now.